Mark was desperate. He needed a way out, and when he first read about Bitcoin, it seemed like the perfect escape. A digital currency not controlled by any government. Mark was intrigued. He saw it as a ticket to a new life. He became obsessed. Every free moment was spent learning about Bitcoin, Ethereum, and the entire world of crypto. It felt like discovering a hidden treasure that no one else had found. After weeks of research, Mark made his first investment. Just a small amount, but to him, it felt like the first step toward freedom. As the value of his investment rose, so did Mark's excitement. Every day, he saw his money grow. It was exhilarating. It felt like he was on the brink of something huge. The deeper he got into crypto, the more offers he saw. New projects, new coins, all promising massive returns. Mark knew it was risky, but the potential rewards were just as tempting. He started seeing others who had made it big people, who turned their investments into fortunes. Mark wanted that too. He wanted the kind of wealth that could change his life forever. Against his better judgment, Mark invested in a new project. It was risky, but he told himself it would be worth it. He was chasing a dream, and this was his chance. Soon, cracks started to appear. Deadlines were missed, updates were vague, but Mark ignored the warning signs. He was to focus on what he could gain to see the danger ahead. The project team kept assuring him everything was on track, but Mark couldn't shake the growing sense of unease. Yet, he held on, afraid to miss out on what could be his big break. Night after night, Mark's anxiety grew. He couldn't sleep, his mind racing with doubts. But every time, he pushed those thoughts aside, telling himself it would all be worth it in the end. Then, the unthinkable happened. One morning, Mark logged in to check his portfolio, only to find his balance at zero. Everything he had invested gone in an instant. He tried to reach out, but there was no one left to contact. The website had vanished, the team disappeared, and with them, Mark's money. It hit him like a ton of bricks. He'd been scammed. Mark was devastated. Everything he had worked for, everything he had hoped for, was gone. He couldn't move, couldn't think, just sat there, staring at the screen, wondering how he could have been so foolish. The loss didn't just affect Mark's wallet, it affected every part of his life. He couldn't focus at work, his relationships suffered, and the weight of what he had lost crushed him daily. The stress was too much to bear. Mark found himself snapping at those closest to him, blaming them for things that weren't their fault. The guilt and frustration were eating him alive. Alone, Mark couldn't hold back the tears. The reality of his situation was too much to handle. Everything he had hoped for, everything he had dreamed of, was gone. But Mark wasn't ready to give up. Slowly, he began to rebuild his life. He took on extra work, cut down on expenses, and started saving again. It was tough, but he was determined to move forward. This time, Mark was smarter. He did his homework, reading white papers, checking team credentials, and only investing in projects with a solid foundation. He wasn't going to make the same mistake twice. Security became his top priority. Mark set up a secure wallet, enabled two-factor authentication, and made sure his investments were as safe as possible. He had learned his lesson the hard way. The experience was brutal, but it taught Mark some invaluable lessons. If something sounds too good to be true, it probably is. And in the world of crypto, caution is everything. Now, whenever someone asks Mark about crypto, he shares his story not to scare them away, but to make sure they don't make the same mistakes he did. Be smart, be cautious, and always do your research. Today, Mark's approach to crypto is cautious and calculated. He's no longer chasing quick riches. He's focused on long-term, sustainable growth. And while he'll never forget the pain of his early mistakes, he's grateful for the lessons they taught him. If you like Mark's story about the dark side of crypto, Mark's journey through scams and hacks, please like and subscribe for more videos like this.